Okay, Mina is sitting in a wave pool at the West Edmonton Mall, and the following table gives her depth of the water below her. Create a scatter plot and draw a curve of best fit. Okay, so we're gonna do our stat edit. So can you get all that in there?
What booklet is that?
Okay, let's go. Plot activated. Got my other stuff out of there. Plot activated. When we are doing this, and because it's trig, what mode do I have to be in on these ones? I have to be making sure I'm in the radian mode.
I can't see the table. I can't see the table.
You can't see, sorry, what?
You're blocking the table. The time and depth.
Oh, well, do you not have it on your paper?
Oh.
It's easier to look on your paper than on my screen. Okay, good. Plot activated. Everyone's mode says still radians, so zoom 9. Okay, are we aware that that's a sine curve pattern? That looks good. So creating a scatter plot means I need you to draw me a little bit of a picture. Doesn't have to be exact, just what's going on. So that's what I'm seeing. So when I say draw a scatter plot, I'm expecting that. And I'm also expecting some words on this thing. So what kind of words should I put on the x-axis? Time and depth. Okay, so now I'm going to get an equation. So stat calculate. Remember, I use the up arrow because that helps me get all the way to the bottom faster. Sine regression. So the calculator only does this with radians.
So you have to do the equation even if you're not asking for it?
Yeah, because it's your method of showing your work in applied. Because here's the thing, if you say you typed in something wrong, it gives you the wrong equation, at least I can go back and type your equation in and follow your work and see if you did everything else right. And that's what I do, because some people have gotten the wrong equation, but then they were doing things right after. But I had to go through all your steps, which is really fun for me. Takes a lot of time. Okay, I'm going to copy and paste it into my Y. Vars, you guys all know how to copy and paste it. Okay, vars, stats, that's good. Copy and paste it. And it should fit, right? Okay, I'm going to deactivate the plot. Okay, the question. Determine the depth of the water after 9 seconds. So 9 seconds is a time, which is an x. So all we have to do is trace 9. And is it inside our window? No. So if you tried it with what you had, you should get invalid, which means your window needs to go past 9. So x, changing your x value to fit that, right? Trace 9, I get 3.86, what are we, meters. Okay, number 14, similar. The following table gives the average depth of the water on an ocean port measured every 3 hours for a day. Create a scatter plot, draw the curve. So get this all into stat edit. Okay, so same steps. I'm going to get y's out of there. I'm going to activate the plot and zoom 9 to see what my points look like. So a visual of what I'm seeing, something like that. And I'm going to put time and depth on here again because that's what our variables are. Okay, again, stat calculate. What is the sine regression curve? Round that to 2 decimals. Okay, so let's get that equation into our y. So y equals vars stats okay, if we want to graph it, okay, I'm going to get that plot off there. Okay, how long does it take to go through tide? Well, normally we could do 2 pi divided by this number, but this number, I don't want to use it because it's rounded. I don't like that it's a rounded number. So I'm not going to do that. Oh, wait a second here. I'm going to try something. I've never done it before. So that is the B number, right? I'm going to try something. I've never done it before. 2 pi divided by, now watch, let's see if this works. Vars stats under the equation, do you think it will just enter the B value that's there?
Yes.
I don't know. I think it might have. I've never done this before. Oh, did everybody see what I did? If that worked, it was amazing. 2 pi divided by, so I want to use that B number, but I don't want to use it rounded. So once I went to vars stats equation, remember these are the equation values that's already in my calculator. So I found the B under there.
What was your answer again?
I got 23.68.
Yeah, ours is different. Like 2 pi divided by B, how do you do that again?
I'm going to do it another way because I just thought of that now if I could do that. Okay, I'm going to try it a different way. Okay, let's try it a different way and see if it works. Can you get me the x value of that top and the x value of that top? And then we'll figure out how much space is between them. Does that work as well? So go, what's this top, what's this top, what's the x value there, what's the x value there? And then we'll figure out the space between them. So what we're going to do is, I need to make my window bigger. Let's go to 40x. I don't know if that'll, I need to see 2 top points. Okay, that's good enough. I went to 40 and I could see 2 top points. So do we understand the space between that top and that top is what I call a period, right? So second, calculate a max.
Could you not? On the middle one, if you
Yeah, you could go between 2 minimums. Yeah. Yep. Go between 2 minimums. It's the same, exact same thing that you would be doing, yeah. $11.18. So 11.8 was that one I got. Is everyone finding some x values that are attached to those max? Does it match if I subtract them? It does, exactly. I like that. I didn't even know I could do that. Okay, we are on a steamboat. Mark Twain sat on the deck of a river steamboat. As the paddle wheel turned, a point on the paddle blade moved in such a way that the distance from the water surface was a sinusoidal function. When it stopwatch read 4 seconds, the point was at its highest, 16 feet above the water. Okay, the wheel's diameter is 18, and it completes a revolution every 10 seconds. Okay, so here's what I know. The wheel has a diameter of 18 feet. I know that the diameter means from the highest to the lowest, that's 18 away. When the paddle was at the top, it was 16 feet above the water surface. So what do you know about the blade? Some of the wheel of the paddle boat will be in the water. So this was at 4 seconds that he got to the top. So at 4 seconds, the height was at 16. you go around the circle, in 10 seconds. It takes you 10 seconds to go around the circle. So, what's the next time I would get to the top? If it took me 10 seconds of time to go around the circle, what x value would be here? 14? Does that make sense? Because it took me 10 seconds to go around the full circle. Can anybody get me this point right here? What's the height of that to the water surface? It's a little bit tricky. What's the height? -2. And what would be the time on that curve then? It would have to be right in the middle.
8 seconds.
What's right in the middle? 4, 14. What's smack dab in the middle of those numbers?
Good question.
Add them.
9.
Divide by 2.
I said 9.
9.
I did too, but then I second guessed myself. Oh, yeah. I was stupid. No one else was saying 9. Oh, that's equal to 5 by 2.
Okay, let's put some more on here. When you are on the sides of the paddle, what's the height above the water? What's the midline? What's the midline? What number's in the middle of a 16 and a -2?
Wait, then do you? No, it's not 2. Okay, I always add those.
7. 16 plus a -2 is 14. Averaged is 7. So I would hit the middle. Here I would hit the middle, right? Top, middle, bottom, middle, top. That's how we are going to always be moving. What would be the time right here that I would hit a middle? This one might be a or like a decimal. 6.5. What's the next time I'm going to be at the middle of the wheel? Is it 11.5? Okay. Can you figure out how to take that info into your stat edit, or do you want me to place it into a chart so you can visually see it? It'd be time and height, so it'd be like 4, 16, 6.57, 9, -2, 11.5, back to 7, 14, we're back to 16. So that'd be your stat edit. You can see high, middle, low, middle, high. Can you see all these cycling through that? So put that into your stat edit and it won't answer the questions. Okay, so we're going to go stat calculate the sine regression, get an equation. Some of these numbers look familiar. These look familiar. Why is this 9? Because it's the mid, right? So if I ever ask you, if this is the equation, what's the diameter of the wheel? 18, right? Because 9 is the half. 9 is like a radius of a wheel. 7 is where you are in the middle, right? Okay. C, how far above the surface was the point when you were at 5 seconds, 17 seconds? So this would just be a trace 5, and then we also have to do a trace 17. I'm guessing you might have to change your window. So let's just go to our window and let's all have the same here. I'm going to go from a -5 to a 20 is good enough, I think. -5 to 20. Oh, I haven't even drawn my curve yet, hey?
That window works, but.
Vars, stats, no, yeah. Put it in there. Deactivate the plot. Okay, so there's the wheel. It's going up and down through the water. So trace 5. What's our thing? Feet? Okay, we're good. 14.28 and 4.22. The last question says, what is the first positive value where you're going to be going out of the water's surface? Okay, so can you see on my chart, the first time I ever go out of the water's surface, is there a cross at this axis that's positive? Let's see. So I want to calculate a what? A 0. Second, calculate a 0. Left bound, right bound. Do you notice that I just enter numbers that I think are between instead of moving my mouse? Because that makes me go a lot faster. 0.08 seconds. Is a positive time when we first come out of the water.